Hi, my name is Yvonne Witter. I'm from the Peak District and I'm a Peak District and a Mosaic champion.
When you've got a helmet, if you could bring your bikes down onto the gravel track.
I chose to do the bike ride today because I started riding at a late age and I always say myself I would never learn to ride, and I did it. And most of my riding I've done long distance has been within national parks.
Oh my God!
The biggest event I've done is organising a bike ride at Fairholmes Visitor Centre. This was very exciting because it was going to be the first time I was going to ride on the main road.
We're going to go up here and then turn right onto the road.
Hi, I'm Chamu. I'm from Sheffield. I chose to go on the bike ride today because I wanted to choose things that I've not done before. And I also thought something more suitable for the park as well. So I thought in a New Forest probably explore a bit more and probably get out some distance. My work involves a lot of sitting behind the desk, looking at books and reading stuff, and very much indoors, very desk-based. It really helps to get a change from that sort of thing, to do something very, very different.
Single file.
My name is LaFrance Gordon and I'm from Bristol. I suffered a stroke back in 2001 which affected me, paralysed my complete left side, and I couldn't walk. I came out of hospital in November 2001. Luckily I was living close to a local park and I started to use that park, and I walked and walked and walked until my local park couldn't offer me the space that I need to walk anymore.
Organising the weather between the
So I started to look into the national park to find a huge area that you can walk all day, all night if you wish.
I'm Ian Reid and I'm from Manchester. Today we went on a walk around the New Forest.
So this is the open forest, but the national park is bigger than the open forest. Don't ever think that the New Forest is just a little bit in the middle of the donut.
It was well worth the experience actually just coming out and just seeing how other people appreciate it and the different sort of things you can actually do.
What we're going to do is we're going to continue on here, we'll turn right, we'll go along a track along behind those trees.
I didn't probably realise at the time, and it sort of held me in good stead even today, that I was very fortunate that we were allowed to actually experience different environments and different cultures, singing at campfires, taking part in activities. To me, it made me feel well balanced.
You know, they've got styles where you have to go over.
Watch yourself on here, it might be a bit slippery.
Trying to figure out a way to actually go over because you have no confidence at all. And so they tried to lift me over. I mean, physically lift me over. I was 18 stone at the time, so you can imagine. And I eventually worked out a way, well, we all collectively worked out a way to get over it.
My name's Nurjahan Ali Arobi. I come from Bradford and I represent the Yorkshire Dales National Park on behalf of Mosaic. Today I was involved in a visit to Leap Country Park, and I particularly wanted to come along here because there's the sea, there's the Solent. To some extent it's one end of the country, literally if you don't count the Isle of Wight, and I loved the idea of being able to say I've been to the end of the country. And I really liked it because I love pebbles, I love seashells, I like collecting and seeing them with my children, so I've taken plenty of photographs.
I think one of my favourite moments would have to be a trip which I organised last year, and there was lots of different people around from all over the world actually, and as I sat and I looked around and looked at the environment and the range of people, I thought, yes, the group from a typical inner city area, the fact they were actually looking at insects and wanted to actually take pictures with their cameras, I felt that I was really doing my job.
For my birthday in 2007, I decided I was going to have a party. So that was when I organized my first group trip on a walk out in Avisage. And it was lovely. Some of the children have never seen sheep as close up before. There was a horse in a field and we had chance to stop and stroke it. That was lovely. I have never stroked a horse before. And the horse wouldn't leave us, and there was a teenager. We kept moving and the horse kept running back and running towards us, and the teenager was stopped there stroking. And one of my friends had his camera and he surprised me. I didn't know he was coming on the walk, so it's been on one of my walks, and he had loads of photos of us, and that was really beautiful. I've been asked to sit in a steering group to do with the Munsell Trail, and the Munsell Trail is a new trail that has been opened up recently with some funding from the government, and people can go cycling.
I'ma hop right on, I'ma jump right in, I'ma hop right on, I'ma jump right in, I'ma hop right on, I'ma jump right in, I'ma hop right on, I'ma jump right in.
The men are definitely difficult to persuade to go out into the countryside, into the Yorkshire Dales.
He's got little hook things on his tentacles, and that's how he catches his prey.
It's a bit of a cultural thing in that people who grow up in Bangladesh, because Bangladesh is all country, move into the cities, and it's considered better to live in the cities. You're a bit more well off, and therefore, having come from Bangladesh to a wealthier country to go out into the country to visit, it didn't make sense really. And so what we did was we organised a massive family picnic. We had something like 7 families, and just lots of photographs that we took enabled me to use that to promote the family visits and picnics to other people.
There was one time when I was at the park when the weather was really bad, as in it was raining the whole day. But I wouldn't say bad, because the water was sort of flowing up from all the sides, and there were waterfalls all around, as well as the dam was like gushing, and it was full of water and stuff, so it was magnificent. So it was just brilliant. To me, that was like not a bad day at all. That was the best day I could go on a walk for. Wow.
Being a champion for Mosaic inspired me to know that enthusiasm is important. I've become more confident as a person. I'm able to speak to different people from different communities and engage with them, because we have a common interest. And rather than just people from Bradford, for example, I can speak to people from all over the country. Particularly as a mum, I think it's given me lots of confidence to show my children what interests me, and the fact that they should find something later on in life, if not now, that interests them, and really get involved and engaged in it, and that it can help them make friends too.
I now see how we can actually use the national park also as a good teaching environment, where we'll have things like workshops and motivational classes. Where you had a workshop in a classroom or in a youth centre, we could use the national park.
I try to go on walks where there's some water, stream. I love to hear the water, the sound of the water. And along Longshore Estate, which is part of the Peak District, down to Grindelford Station, birds. Loads of people bird watching. When you hear those birds, you just have to stand and just listen to that musical rendition. And you take it home with you, singing, and it just relaxes you when you get home. And I could write a poem about everything I see and heard and smell.
Kaylee.
A Kaylee.
Kaylee.
It's not a form of boat or anything, is it?
Not a party.
Kayley.
Keyle.
CEIL or D, or the L and then a H at the end.